Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. With God's name, the merciful benefactor, the merciful redeemer, all praise is due to God, the guardian evolver, sustainer, and cherisher of all systems of knowledge. Assalamu alaikum. May God's peace be unto you and who you represent. With God's name, the Creator's name, He is the merciful benefactor. He is the merciful redeemer. Praise be to God. We say, Alhamdulillah, all praise is due to God. For what? For all that we acquired, all that we've learned, all that we have come into existence with. It is because the praise belongs to the Creator of this marvelous creation that He has created for us to study. To study for what purpose? To benefit us as human beings and to benefit us so that we'll be able to be an example and a model to help others benefit from the creation that we studied and learned how to utilize it for our benefit. The Creator, God, whatever name you want to give God, we say the Creator. You hear we say Allah. That only means the Creator of the heavens and the earth. And there's only one Creator, not two. One Creator. The Creator of the heavens and the earth that made this marvelous, beautiful, magnificent creation. All that's in the galaxies and the cosmos, on earth, and all around us, that's natural. The human being studies every day to benefit from the laws that were placed into the creation. The Creator placed laws in the creation. And what's in the creation? The laws in the creation, they don't go contrary to the laws that were placed in the creation. The human being has the will to make the choice. Even though the human being has laws in it, the human being has laws. The human being has a heart. The human being has a soul. The human being has a spleen. The human being has kidneys. The human being has a brain. The human being is full of water. The human being has a spirit. And if you want to go contrary to that by not following your gut, there are consequences. By not following the laws, the natural laws that are within you. And when you go contrary to the natural laws that are within you, you're going to suffer. So we are happy to be here on Al-Islam in Focus with Brother Qadir. If you like to say Imam Qadir. For what purpose? To share information, not to convince you to be a Muslim. We're here to share information to apprise you of what our guide says. What is our guide? Our guide is the Quran. Quran. That was revealed to the seal of the prophets, the last prophet, Muhammad ibn Abdullah, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. May the peace and blessings be upon him. He came to reveal to us what all the other books came for. All the other prophets came here to human beings for a purpose, starting with Adam, all the way to Muhammad, including Noah, Elijah, Solomon, Lot, Abraham, Jesus, Isa bin Maryam, properly named we have for Jesus Christ, Isa bin Maryam, Jesus the son of Mary, Noah, all the prophets that came for a purpose to a community of people for a reason. And the Creator has given us example after example after example. If you do not follow the guide and the guidance of those prophets, there are consequences. You will suffer. So when you read the stories of those who suffered from not following the guidance of the Creator, be assured, even today, if we don't follow the guidance of the Creator, we will suffer. So in this book called Quran, there's 114 chapters. And one of the chapters is called Asr, a token of time. And it says, Wal Asr, Inna al-insana lafi kusr, illa alladhina amanu wa amilu salahati wa tawassalu bil haqq wa tawassalu bis sabr. In time, man is bound to lose himself, except those that are constant in prayer, asking for forgiveness. In time, man is bound to lose himself, except those that are consistent in wanting to follow the guidance of God. In time. What time is this you're talking about? Time that we have placed on ourselves. If we can think of the smallest unit of time, in time, man is bound to lose himself, except those who have faith and belief in the truth and are constant in prayer. And so when we understand this now, we realize and recognize the smallest unit of time is second. For many, they may say there's something smaller than second. But for the majority, understanding the clock in time, that time, T-I-M-E. When you spell time backwards, it's E-M-I-T, emit. I'm not going to give you all the answers to this discussion today. I want you to Google the definition of emit, time spelled backwards. In time, man is bound to lose himself. When will man lose himself? How will man lose himself in time? What does second mean? Second means not first. If you don't recognize yourself as being significant and important, valuable to the essence of your purpose in life and your place in this creation, you will be lost, because you will give yourself to something that's insignificant. After second is what? Minute. We say minute, or is it minute? In time, the human being will be lost based on what he gives himself to in time. Spell time backwards, emit. Second means not first. Minute, small thinking, small behavior, small conduct, small attitude, small disposition, small thinking. We believe you should think huge, large, global, but start off small. Don't start off thinking it's all about you and pumping your chest and thinking you the one. Don't work like that. It does not work like that. Small thinking, small behavior, small conduct, small attitude. Think large, start out small. You go into business, a business is like a baby. It's going to poop on you. It's going to urinate on you. It's going to cause you to have difficulty. You can't treat a business as if one day you made money and all of a sudden you're successful. No, there's going to be situations where you have to realize and understand how to formulate and thought process how to maintain your business. In time, the human being, the man, will be lost. After minute is what? Minute is what? Hours. Is it O-U-R or H-O-U-R? You heard of homonyms and synonyms? Words that sound alike but have different meanings? In time, you'll be lost because you'll be hours. Hours meaning who? The conglomerates and the commercialists. You will not be yourself. The commercialists will feed you appetites that you can't afford. It is called WWW. What does that mean? World Wide Web. Who makes webs? Spiders. For what purpose? To catch their suckers, to feed them appetites that they can't afford. Let me say that again. Spiders make webs to catch their suckers, to feed them appetites that they can't afford. What are the appetites that are being fed to the people on commercials, advertisements that they can't afford? Jordans, jeans, bling, alcohol, Hennessy, Jack Daniels, Corona, appetites that you can't afford, that will take you to a place that you will possibly never get back to your normal, practical common sense. In time, you are ours. The conglomerates and the commercialists want to feed you appetites over and over. Eat that. Drink that. Smell that. On a regular. Buy that. On a regular. Feeding you appetites that you can't afford. In time, man is bound to lose himself, except those who have faith and belief. And have a clear understanding of life's true meaning. Man is bound to lose himself because he's ours. And once you're hooked on the appetites, man, oh man, oh man. What is after hours? Hours make what? Days, right? There are homonyms and synonyms. D-A-Z-E, D-A-Y-S. Days. They sound alike, but they're two different words, two different meanings. And if you are D-A-Z-E, you in a daze, you drunk. You done. You finished. You groggy. You don't know what to choose. You don't know what to choose. You see how easy this is? In time, the human being will lose self, the true self, the honest self, the sincere self, the real self that the Creator has made, not the self that the human being tried to redesign its creation. Can't happen. You can't be her, and he can't be her. And she can't be him. It's as simple as that. That's as simple how it is. When you understand and you realize and recognize that. You'll be in a daze. You'll be drunk. You'll be groggy. A person who's drunk and groggy can't make proper decisions because they're under an ether that won't allow for them to be moral. Moral means what? Knowing the difference between right and wrong, choosing to do right. You're in a daze. After daze is what? You tell me. Come on, tell me what it is. That's right, you got it right. Daze makes weak. Words that sound alike but have different meanings. W-E-A-K and W-E-E-K. Now you're weak. Why? Because you're in a daze, you're drunk. Why? Because you're ours, you're not yourself. Why? Because you are small-minded, small thinking. You are minute. Why? Because you're second, you're not first. You belong to someone else. You don't belong to your real self. So now you're weak. Weak-minded, weak behavior, weak conduct, weak in your dress, not conservative, weak in your understanding of life's true meaning, weak when it comes to having a conversation opposed to an argument, but to have a dignified conversation with your spouse, a dignified conversation with your children. You're weak. What's next in time? Will the human being be lost? Weekend. W-E-A-K-E-N, not W-E-E-K-E-N-D. You may think I'm playing with words. I'm not playing with words. I'm sharing with you the realities of life. People wait to get paid so they can go party on the weekend. So they can go do all the ugly, nasty, and indecent things on the weekend. But you're a weekender. You know what happens on a weekend? Friday is time to eat out. Time to go party. Time to go dance. Time to go hit the bottle. Time to go stay out all night. Time to get ugly and nasty and just, whatever you want to be. Weekend. And then at the weekend is what? It's munch. Months? People want to munch off of you. People will munch off of you. Munch off of your weakness because they see that you're weak. People will munch off of you and to begin to take advantage of you, and you won't even know it. And who will be taking advantage of you? Those that's closest to you. And who are they? Family members that take advantage of other family members. Stepdaddies taking advantage of stepdaughters. I'm going to give it to you real. I want to share this. You know it. There's nothing, there's no stranger coming in your house and manipulating your daughter, your stepdaughter. It's someone within the household that's doing these ugly, nasty, indecent things. These are statistics. Not my statistics. These are statistics from families that they know who did what, when, and where. Munching off the weakness of the innocent children. And there's consequences for them. Be assured there's consequences for them. And many times some mothers don't want to fess up about that stepdaddy, about that uncle, about that so-called stepbrother. In time, man will lose self based on what he gives himself to in time. When? Every second of the day, every minute of the day, every hour of the day of the day, every week of the month, every month of the year. What is a yearling? A yearling is a small animal. This world that we live in today wants to make all the inhabitants, if they could, all 8 billion people, sex objects. Every commercial is with a woman in a bikini selling a product. Whether it's a woman in a bikini selling a car, selling some food, selling some type of product that's being sold by individuals or companies. It's being sold by a woman in a bikini, sex object, sports, whether it's boxing, whether it's hockey, whether it's soccer, whether it's basketball, whether it's football. Regardless of sport, you get cheerleaders in a bikini, sex object. The commercials come on and they get you back into wanting to do what? To become a yearling, animalistic. No, I'm not making this up. This is the realities of life. These are the realities of life that are happening today, that happened yesterday, and from the beginning of time. What does years make? You call it a decade? Decadent? Decade? Does it sound the same but spelled differently? 10 years? Do you know that they say when a young man is at the age of 10 and he's feeling his muscles and feeling like he can talk back and start doing all the indecent things, they have a place for him? In my time, when I was living in Harlem, a place was called Spofford that they used to take in young men out because why? They said he was decayed. He was decadent. The dentist says if you don't take the tooth out, the decayed tooth out, it will cause for the others to get rotten and spoiled. Same thing for the young man that wants to do the diabolical things, the nasty things, the ugly things, the indecent things. If you don't take him out, as I say, he's going to influence the rest of the young men to do the same thing. Decayed, decadent. Oh man, let me tell you, in time, man is bound to lose himself. Well, إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لَفِي خُسْرٍ إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ. By the token of time, man is bound to lose himself. except those who have faith and do righteous deeds and follow the truth and be consistent in making sure that they follow the law that the Creator put in them. And that law is reminded not by the book per se, but by your gut. You spell gut backwards, it's tug. You can tug with your gut if you want to, but your gut is telling you, leave them alone, leave him alone, leave it alone. Leave that substance that's causing for you to make decisions contrary to your natural nature. Leave those things alone, because it will cause for you to have consequences. Consequences beyond the reach of your perception, beyond the human being's perception. Consequences that you have to be very, very conscious of, Because if you don't be conscious of the consequences, they will take you to a place that's unimaginable to you, that you never thought you would be. And this is why it's important you understand. Decayed, rotten, spoiled, indecent, thinking you entitled, thinking that you privileged above all and everything else, that you got it going on like nobody else, that you are owed something, that everybody owe you something because you believe you inherited a privileged lifestyle. So-called silver spoon in your mouth. Really? The consequences are diabolical if you don't get a grip on remaining silent. If you continue to remain silent and don't speak out against what you know is wrong, you will suffer with the people that are committing the act of unjust behavior and policies and laws in the society and the environment. It's simple. That's why we say you should love death the way they love life. Does that mean war? That means don't accept anything from anyone that's not in accord with your natural nature, with your gut, with your spirit, and your proper soul that you have that's telling you, don't go there. Did you say I'm not supposed to be talking like this? I'm supposed to be just telling you just pray and just read the book? And then God will take care of everything? You really believe that? Faith without action won't get you much. Faith, and then the faith that you have, work has to be there to accomplish that understanding of your faith. Work is so beautiful. It's dignified. Working to do what? To love death the way they love life. Whoever it may be. Decadent, rotten, spoiled. What's the last unit of time? Century. Which century? Buick Century, the car? No, Nissan Century, no. Oh boy. Century is 100 years of the life expectancy of man. And then there's others that say it's 83 years, the life expectancy of man. 1,000 months. So when we understand this concept, when we understand the realities of this now, you should realize that you have time to work to try to accomplish your goals and objective of your purpose in life and your place in this creation, knowing that you may pass away, you may die, you may move on to the next life. Before 100 years, before 90 years, before 50, before 30, before 20. You don't know when you're about to leave this world, this life. But as long as you're here, Try not to allow for those to play you, to manipulate you, to feed you appetites that you can't afford. Who's going to tell you? Your natural nature, your gut will tell you it's not right, it's not good, it's not healthy, it's not moral, it's neurotic, it's insane. Dear beloved people, this is December 29th, 2022. About to come into the new year, 2023. Just a couple days away. There are those people that like to make resolutions in this country we call America, this experiment. This experiment has been going on for over 400 years, and we've studied this experiment. And be assured, we're working to try to change the laws in this society for the betterment of humanity, for human excellence. Be assured, the Creator allowed for this to happen. It happened for a good reason. The Creator allowed for a baby to die. It happened for a good reason. Look for the good in what you think is bad. Whether it's a snowfall in Buffalo or across the country, wherever it may be, look for the good in what the Creator has allowed to happen in the society in which you live. What you hear on the phone, what you see, what you smell, what you taste, and what you feel. Look for the good in it. And when you do that, that will allow for you to think. And to think, to be able to understand what is the message that the Creator wants you to understand. We pray for all those that passed away, and we ask the Creator to bless those. As we know, the Creator will bless all those that deserve to be where they're supposed to, based on what they've done in life. Why? Because the Creator is the judge. The Creator already has the evidence. The Creator already knows the intent. Not the judge in the courtroom. The Creator, God, is the judge. He already has the verdict. He already knows the intent. He has all the evidence. So what are we crying about? What are we crying for? I'm saying to you, stay sharp. Stay safe. Wear that mask if you have to. Stay healthier. Be conscious of what comes into your body. And distance yourself from them. Thank you. May peace and blessings be upon you. Assalamu alaikum.